there's whole generations of motherfuckers. There's like whole generations of motherfuckers who just got passed through school just so the school could make their quota. But
Yeah,
they probably shouldn't have graduated. Now they out here in the world
yeah.
with a fucking high school diploma and shit, and they can't even spell. They don't know the difference between there, and there.
No,
Well,
no.
they
You
just
know what I'm
started
saying?
pushing people through at a certain point, and I was seeing it even when I was in high school. It was people that they
Hell
was
yeah,
just like,
they was always pushing motherfuckers through in the school system, man.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
they just
nothing
want to
new.
get them out of there.
Hell yeah.
Like, get
I was
them
going to
out of
school with
here.
motherfuckers. I was 14, 15 years old in school with niggas that was 19, bro. And you ask him a certain question or equation, and his answer was chicken nuggets or some shit like that. He was like, oh, this nigga dumb as hell. We know you going to jail.
Literally, my
Yeah.
freshman math class was a white teacher who couldn't make it past the whole semester because they was so bad with him because they always, it's like they know, they like, all right, we know these kids in here grown damn near, but let's put the most weirdest looking teacher ever. This is who we're gonna send to this class. And they don't want to respect nobody, but they definitely ain't respecting these little weirdos they be sending. But
He
Hell
made a point though that might go over a whole lot of people's head though, man. It's like when he was talking about like the foreign teachers. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
He was talking about the cultural and the language barriers and stuff like that. The thing that people are gonna miss out on that part is that they're coming over here probably first or second generation. They're motivated by something different. Like you get
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of our a lot of our nationals, a lot of our, like if I graduated high school, went to school to go get a degree in teaching, I'm not motivated the same way a person who was taught fucking algebra at 5-year old overseas feels about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same
Mm-hmm.
motivation that I would have. So I'm treating it like a job. They come over here with their eyes wide open, ready to feel like they're finna change the world because they got the
yeah.
American dream implanted in their
Yep.
head.
Like they're
Yep.
gonna give a full service and then their hearts get broken or their
Yeah.
mentality gets broken by, while others that do continue to do that job, they take it on and say these niggas don't want to learn. How can I keep these niggas in this box where they are? So they move
Yep.
further up into the educational system and they look down and
Yep.
go, based on my experience with just that group of people or these
Yep.
groups of
Yep.
schools that they sent me to, these niggas ain't shit and they don't want to be shit.
I don't
So
want to try. Yeah.
yeah, they don't want to try. So based on the experience that they gave me and they talked about me, they talked about me, they talked about all that or me being Chang Ching Chong and all this shit. They take that into effect and out of emotion, they work their way up and they make sure they come back to screw us out in the educational system later on. So it's a whole fucked up thing that is with the way that it's done, but it's happening, man, and it's been happening for what 30, 40, 50, maybe even more years or so.
Well, I think anything post the civil rights movement when schools was more integrated, and then once because I feel like once the space program had its result, which was going to the moon, and I'm gonna just leave it at that and not say nothing else.
Because
But
niggas don't really feel like they went to the moon, but okay.
but anyway, I'm just gonna go past that. That's why I said I'm not saying nothing beyond that. But it also relates to two
Who took
things.
them pictures though?
Number one, how the educational system got dumbed down after that. So
I don't even think
it
it was
was
dumbed down, bro.
no. It was because it was two things that happened: the civil rights movement and the feminist movement, and all that education that people was getting was making them question the government more than any other time in history, the 60s and the early 70s. And it was like, what happened? Why did they? Oh, we was trying to go to the moon and we was teaching them shit. Let's actually dumb this shit down, because literally post 1973 it's gotten worse every fucking year. And unfortunately, that was post when we started going to school. So by the time we got in school, it was really bad.
Think about this though, bro. The reason why I say the education system didn't really get dumbed down, this is my purview on it. I think that the education system is always at the same level as to maintain the workforce, right? But what changed isn't necessarily is isn't the education system. I think what changed is the family value support. Because like Martin Luther King, when he
Part
graduated
of
high
it.
school, like how old? You know what I'm saying? He had like 2, 3 degrees before he was how old? You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't the education system. It was he had family. He had people that demanded things of him. He had
Invested in
yeah,
him.
that was invested. You know what I'm saying? When you take away the family structure, again, parents, if you got both parents and they working all the time, who the hell holding you accountable for making sure your grades are
You're
met?
right.
You see what I'm
Oh,
saying? So with the feminist movement and women start fucking burning their bras and joining the workforce and all of that stuff, all that did was make it way more easy to keep us from holding our children accountable. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Because
it's
we focus on the dollar. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because
Everybody like
everybody was working. Like there is no
everybody
home, there's no culture at
right.
home to say that son, daughter, this is important. The reason why
Yep.
you're doing this is not just for your schooling, but to elevate this family and move us forward in this direction. Whether you pick astrophysics, whether you pick finance, whether you pick chemistry, whether you become a doctor or a lawyer, it is to make this family better and grow and push us forward. So that's me though.
well to
Yeah, that's
take
real.
it
That's real.
even the bigger picture is basically the people who really run capitalism is the classic divide and conquer. You
Mm-hmm.
got
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
feminists
I said,
over here.
it's a
You
chicken
got the
farm.
people over here fight for the rights that they should have anyway, that we're making them fight for and wasting more time when they shouldn't even have to fight for this. Then we got women basically creating a culture where eventually men and women having a hard time getting along, which again is back to divide and conquer. It's so much more lucrative to have all these single households of men and women paying taxes, not sharing expenses with each other. We all living apart. And then if we do
And
try to be together, break up, then the man is still putting money into another household, have to have his own household and put money into that. That's even more money going into the economy. Everything is working in their favor.
and you still got to factor in inflation because you got all of these single motherfuckers living in a world where inflation says you can't live in a household without 2 incomes. But the reason why you don't have 2 incomes is because you allowed this bait and switch shit to happen to you in your life. You know what I'm saying? You feel like being a bachelor or being a single motherfucker is okay. But them same motherfuckers who thinking like that, they the ones popping babies out, complicating the system even more. So now the education system is getting fed them same children, children who had a lower advantage than the previous
Yeah.
generation. They the perfect candidate for this.
So it
You
goes
know what I'm
right back
saying?
to the education again because all of these factors
Because
feed into that not working correctly because of the people that's going into it. And then you have how many times that and my mom, even though she was single mom, very involved, all that stuff, she would come up to the school. It'd be some lady up there cussing out the people in the office, being ignorant. They wasn't really knowing what's going on. They just defending their kid blindly and whatever. That happened in our community a lot of times too, because the parent
the
would be
lack of
ignorant.
the lack of accountability.
Yeah.
Lack
Or
of
when you go
accountability.
to when you're dealing with mentorship, when you're dealing with the programs, you come across parents like that all the time. Come up in
The
there
thing about
yelling and out doing all that damn screaming for nothing. And then
have
you
you
look
how
at the
many times
child
have
like
you seen
they in a bad situation.
how many times have you seen a dude and his chick into it, but she doing all the yelling and talking, and he trying to pull her back? You see what I'm
That's the
saying?
usual. That's the norm.
That shows that the whole dynamic and paradigm is out of whack, bro. When motherfuckers is out of control out here, and they allowed to raise and bring children up, them kids gonna be out of control too. Them kids not gonna have a semblance of structure. Mama gonna yell and curse out a motherfucking cashier in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Dad can't talk to her because he can't tell her shit. You know what I'm saying? That's if he around. Because you very if a dude actually checks that, he considered misogynist, bro. We live in that society now. It's hard to get your kids can't be properly educated because there's no structure at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good one, man. I'm glad we were able to get Damian on, and get a different point of view, or a point of view that, gave a broader perspective and more intricacies involved in it, because he was able to speak on some of the things that we've done on previous episodes. It's okay to not be an entertainer, right? That was a dope episode. I told him to check it. I told him early on, yo, he was like, I don't think he asked. I just said, hey, here's a podcast of ours that we did that you should check out to make sure you understand what it is that we do, and he checked it out. He's like, yo, I like this. I fuck with it. So based on him hearing that and hearing how we were dealing with things and the way that we spoke on them, there was more intrigue for him to get involved. And I'm just appreciative of that, because I don't mind the backlash or feedback from anyone, but now we have someone who's more present, and they were involved at one point before they left the public school system. So salute to Damian Mackey for jumping in. Oakland, yeah, one of the Bay's finest, Cali's finest, who was able to step in and shoot the shit with us and bring and shed some light on how the school system works and confirm some things for us too.
Definitely, because without the pieces he brought to the conversation, it all sounded like conjecture and speculation amongst us. But
because we just yapping and we don't know what the fuck we talking about.
And then he come on and say everything we've been saying and more, and put me on to some shit. Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
and for those who don't know, before the podcast even started for y'all, there was some shit being said. So
yeah,
just had to hit y'all a little behind the curtain of what we be talking about in the post interviews, but I think we should wrap it on up.
Do some cocaine.
I mean, if that's what you're gonna do, I'm probably gonna do some more work. But
six, you gonna do some booger sugar with me, man?
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna hold off on the booger sugar. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna decline the booger sugar.
Oh
the
man,
nose candy.
Oh man, you guys are punks and sissies, man.
Man, they putting too much stuff on it, man. They stepping on it too much. Can't mess with it no more.
You get a nose. You gonna get a nose full of fentanyl.
Yeah. For the fiberglass.
A lot of things I already, I know of famous people and people in my real life that then met their demise messing with that the way it is right now. So,
and for those who don't know, we joking. I know there's someone that's gonna blow it out of proportion and say that we're coke users. Man, we don't touch nothing outside of plants. All right. Tylenol and Benadryl is too much for us, so
man,
we're gonna leave it at that. This is a post episode with Damian Mackey. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Creed got to get to work. We just gonna get out of here. Six is probably gonna finish making some beats, and I'm about to decompress, man, and go to bed. That's what I think I'm gonna do.
Hey, bro, you be busting your ass out here in this field. You probably need to get some rest, bro. You out here killing it,
brother.
Listen. Let me say this. People don't know how, this take a lot. Just take a lot,
Yeah.
Just take a lot.
That shit, it ain't lost on me, bro. Believe me. You know what I'm saying? Because the same way you going in, that's how when it comes to music and shit like that, when you focus, you focus.
Yep.
And it don't get done if you don't do it.
It don't get done if I don't do it. And I appreciate you, Sis, because you stood in there and you were able to go back and forth with him. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired. And for you to sit there and have a conversation with him back and forth and carry it for a little bit, appreciate it. You know what I mean? But it's right on time. It's right on time.
That's
Creed,
all
we didn't get
good.
a chance to do. We didn't get a chance to do Tuesday talk, so we had to
We'll
do it
get
for a
at it
Thursday
maybe
or something like
Thursday.
that.
Yeah, that might be a better day because I end up having. I went to the crib
Yeah, this
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah,
Very brief. It was interesting.
it
That's
was
why
eventful. We'll say
I
that.
had to talk to my fam a little longer than I thought
Mm,
about what went down. But it's all
yeah.
good. Everything's all good, and everything that was supposed to happen that day happened today. So everybody's good, and that's what matters. That's why
Ladies and
we.
gentlemen, we gonna end it right here. And remember, fuck all y'all.